The Feminist Library of London is celebrating its 40th anniversary this month. Set up in 1975, the library was formerly known as the Women's Research and Resources Centre. At a time when feminism seems to be enjoying a resurgence, we try to find out whether feminist libraries are still significant or not.
If you go to other libraries, so if you go to a public library or if you go to a university library, you'll find that first of all the section on feminism is normally very, very small, and you'll have to sort of look around quite a big library in order to find any information about it. So we feel it's quite important for it to be all gathered together in one place. It's also really important as a space, not just with the books, but in terms of the people who come here. So we have a lot of volunteers who come, and a lot of people who come because they'll find other people who think in the same way as they do.
Well, it's important to preserve the history of the movement and also to provide a space where feminists can come together and meet and share knowledge, information, experiences.
Libraries have played an important role in the history of feminist movement, from documenting the struggle for women's rights to preserving the voices that otherwise go unheard in the male-dominant literary world.
There's not one single brand of feminism. Feminism is a very complex, diverse movement.
Feminism can sometimes be a bit complicated and everybody has their own idea of what feminism is.
I think needs to learn to work together more closely on the issues that matter. I think we can focus on our differences a little bit too much, and that's the good thing about a feminist library. It's a space for all those different feminisms to coexist.
And obviously the situation for women is still not very good, and I get the impression, so I'm in my 40s, but I get the impression that probably my generation and younger generations are still very cross and very angry, because in some ways the media told us that we were now equal, and we're really, really not.
I was running my own feminist group in London. It was on meetup.com. It's called Reading Women, and I used to use the library quite a lot. I would use the meeting room upstairs, and that's how I got to know the library volunteers. So I decided to become a volunteer myself, and that was in May last year.
I'd come to the library for a really good talk that was run by the library and that was about sex work, and there were sex workers. The Sex Workers Open University came and talked, and I thought that it was very brave of the library to put on an event like that, and it was really interesting, and it really changed my view about sex workers. And so I kind of realised that, or I sort of felt that the library was quite a good place where maybe some of these like big arguments that are had in feminism could maybe meet and try and find some sort of solution.
With the recent upsurge in feminism and feminist activism, the feminist libraries across the world have gained a new significance. This rekindled interest in the concept of feminism has increased the number of people visiting these feminist libraries and using its resources. But like many feminist enterprises, the Feminist Library of London is also financially hard-pressed. But the volunteers of the organization are positive that they would beat the odds and do all their best to keep the library running.